YouTube, what up? It's your boy, Young Wavy. Forever. I just came by to give y'all another talk session. Basically, this video is for connection enhancement. You want to better your connection. Some little things you can do in order to do that. I'm gonna mention 3 things right now. Basically, first of all, we're going to start off with combing. It's a big topic of discussion. Everybody wants to know what a comb does for your waves. Basically, for one, if you want to add moisturizer and stuff like that, combing can it just lifts your hair up off your scalp from that compressed state. It gives your hair an even layer. It also aligns your hair. When you comb your hair, it aligns your hair in the direction in which you're combing, so this is why it's best to comb in your wave pattern. It helps define your connection. It can help, for those of you looking to get deeper waves, combing alone helps with that. Combing using a soft brush or just combing and, using your hand to lay your hair down and duragging, that helps with depth. Because of the fact that the comb is lifting your curls up instead of laying them down as if what a brush would do. Combing can distribute products throughout your hair, but it definitely helps you with your connection, aligning your wave pattern for those of you who have a full head of waves and just want to, put the finishing touches, which is connection. I do recommend you get a full set of waves first, waves everywhere in your head, and then you work on connection, because it'll be a longer process if you don't have it and you working on connection, but then you don't have waves in your crown, or your right side is not waved up, or your left side is not waved up, but you're working on connection. It's hard to connect when you don't have waves. So it's best to get waves on each side of your head, and then you worry about connection. Combing, once you establish that a decent wave pattern, it will help define your connection. On to next, brushing. A consistent brushing pattern definitely helps your connection. Just brushing all over at a fast rate, fast speed, is just going to curl your hair up. It's going to help you get waves. Now, if you want to define your waves with the brush, once you have the pattern, it's best for you to slow brush, I recommend. For one, brush placement. Make sure you're placing your brush in the same spot consistently. So if you temple brush on your right side, you temple brush all the time. You make sure you put the brush in the same spot on your crown or in your crown and come down to your temple. If you brush your sides down, you make sure you start from the same spot and come down. And if you do the back method, the same way. You make sure you place this brush at the same starting spot and end at the same finishing spot all the time. This is why I recommend you break your head or hair, whatever the case is, in sections. Do each side in its own section. Do not overlap your brushing pattern. Overlapping your brushing pattern will make the connection process a lot longer than needed. And that's about it. Slow brushing it definitely helps, because basically what happens is it stretches your curls out to an extent where you can see your wave pattern fully, and then it also aligns. This will give you the opportunity to align your waves and connect your sides to your top to your sides without overlapping the pattern. Meaning, when I say overlapping, I mean like you brush your top. You put the brush, let's demonstrate here. You put the brush hair on your head. You see how I go hair from crown to forehead, or crown to hairline, whatever you want to say. The next placement of the brush would come down like this. So I brush this side more on a down angle, but I'm making sure I'm not putting the brush in between, like the connection where the sides meet the top. I'm not putting the brush there. I'm brushing my top is my top, and my side is my side. And it's the same thing for this side when I'm brushing this side, because I brush this side more forward from my crown forward. I make sure that this part of the brush here is not brushing the top of my head while I'm brushing my side. So that's another thing, basically a consistent brushing pattern and not overlapping your brushing pattern, and slow brushing will help better your connection. Now for do-ragging, I do the wave cap over the do-rag. Basically, what this does is help with compression. Like I would say, you put the do-rag over your head. I have a video up that y'all can watch how I tie it on. Basically, you put the do-rag over your head, and then once the do-rag's over your head and your crown is sitting, or your do-rag is sitting on top of your crown, flush, flat, no bulge spots, no pockets in your wave cap. Basically, you put the stocking cap, wave cap over your crown area first. You don't put it over your forehead and pull it back. You put it over your crown, pull it from the sides down to your forehead. Now remember, you pulled the wave cap to how high you want it to be tied. So when you flip the do-rag up, that's where the do-rag is supposed to stop, where the wave cap starts. It helps compress your crown, and it helps keep a consistent pattern from your brushing session you did before putting it on. This stocking cap over the do-rag will help from the do-rag shifting, which also messes up connections sometimes, especially for those of you who sleep and your wave cap may shift, or it may come off. Stocking cap over the do-rag definitely helps. It helps keep that consistent pattern that you've left after your brushing session. So I definitely recommend that. It's also a good thing for compression, like I said before. Not brushing after you take off your do-rag definitely helps you keep a consistent wave pattern. What you have to realize is, if you brush your hair as soon as you take off your wave cap, basically you're altering the pattern you've already set in before you've put on your wave cap. So you've added your products, you've brushed your hair to satisfaction, you've put on your do-rag, you've taken it off, your hair is flat, it's compressed, basically, into that pattern that you've brushed. For those of you who just go right ahead and brush, basically you're altering that pattern now that you've already made. And at times it can mess it up, because now your hair is so flat or compressed that you're now brushing a new pattern into your hair. And sometimes that can also cause a frizzy look. So I definitely recommend, at least when you take off your do-rag, at least 30 minutes before you do a brushing session. All I do is, usually when I take off my do-rag, especially if I'm not adding any products to my hair, I don't brush right away. I just brush around my hairline in the same pattern in which I brush my hair. So if I brush my sides like more down, obviously I'm going to brush my hairline, the edge or my tapered part, the same direction. For this side, if I brush it more forward, that's the same way I'm going to brush, because that's the same way when I go to the barber shop and my barber combs me out with my wave pattern, he shapes me up and does my taper the same way. Now my taper may not look the same on each side, because I don't brush my hair the same on each side. My right side, I brush more on a downwards angle. My left side, I brush more towards my temple, but more like on a forward. So I would take from my crown and I will come forward like this. So more towards my temple, basically. But that's basically it. Little key things you can do to enhance your connection and enhance the look of your wave pattern. Maintain your wave pattern. I have more things to come. Check your boy out. Follow me on Twitter. That's YoungWavy19. Facebook. If you don't know me on Facebook, go add me as a friend. Always giving tips. Daily updates on my picks. That's Young Wavy forever. You know, that's Facebook.com/Young Wavy Forever. YouTube, that's Young Wavy Forever. The number 4 EVA, people. Go subscribe. You know, like my videos. If you got comments, leave them. You got questions, hit my inbox. You got requests, hit my inbox. You know, I'm here to help. Shout out to the Crown Fam, CQP, doing big things. You know, go check them out also. You know, go like our page, 360 Gold Wave Brush. You know, the fam, they all got YouTube pages. They all doing their thing. Different channels, different wavers, different techniques, methods, hair textures. You know, different patterns. You know, go check them out. Like I always say, my method may not work for you, but there's other people out there with your hair texture, you know, that or close or similar to your hair texture. You may find them. They're all in the group. Trust me. We got different hair textures in the group. So you find the one that best matches yours, and possibly one of their techniques can help you enhance your waves. But this is me signing out. It's your boy, Young Wavy Forever.